Everybody, it's Manga Reads, and today I am going to be doing my One Piece Manga Chapter 868 review. I just did this and my computer fucked me over, so I guess I'm doing it again. Oh well. We have a cover spread of Cavendish continuing, and it's also a shot of the worst generation caption, "Who wants to be a Yonko's slave? We're gonna slay them all." Well, I can't agree with that. There can only be so many Yonko, and if somebody takes down a Yonko, they're going to want to be a Yonko. One of y'all bitches are getting killed, and I don't think it's gonna be Law or Luffy or that kid guy. You can even see from this panel that they're center stage and they're being guarded by Mahdi, Monk, Rouge, so you know somebody's gonna die. Apu, Beige, fucking with Big Mom. I'm looking at you, bro. One of y'all guys are gonna die, maybe even more. So you know, I wouldn't be too sure about slaying a Yonko if I were you guys. From the title, we see KK launcher, and my first thought was that they're gonna be using the launcher soon. But upon last week's chapter, I was thinking that maybe it wasn't gonna happen this week, because remember when we were waiting for 3 weeks for a 5-second scream? And you know, it took us a while. I thought they were gonna have a bit of stalling to build up tension and whatnot, but the time just practically gives it away. So you know what, let's go. We start off with Big Mom screaming and wondering where everyone went, and it's similar to where we left off last week. If you watched my review of last week's chapter, you would notice that I made no mention of Mother Carmel and the other children getting eaten by Big Mom. And this was for a specific reason. I discussed this at length with my friends, and you know what? I was wrong, but I didn't think that Mother Carmel would have gotten eaten. I mean, it seemed more likely that everyone left, and like Mother Carmel took everyone and left some sort of a clue to say that, you know what, we got eaten, get it in your head, you're messed up or whatever. But you know, it never happened. Apparently they got eaten. It seemed like an inglorious way to go out for someone called the Mountain Witch, was it? Getting eaten by accident? I mean, shit, come on. Much better than that. Much better than that. It's like you fell off a cliff and died in this world. It doesn't happen. But, you know, happened to Carmel, so tough luck. We get 2 new characters to confirm the incident, because you see, if we never had new characters, then we would have to take it with a pinch of salt, really. And one of them is a warrior from Elbaf who was just casually strolling in, and he happened to saw what occurred where Big Mom ate everyone. He was just dropping by for a visit, and you know when you're walking through the forest and you just happen to see something or someone that you know, nope, I do not want to see this, I don't want to be here, and you turn around, you hightail out of there, you go straight home and decide never to go back. That's what this guy did. He was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm out, I'm done, this bitch crazy, it's over. And you can see why the Giants hate Big Mom so much. First off, she destroyed their village. No, you don't just go into someone's house, destroy it, and become friends with them. No, it doesn't work like that. Then she made one of their leaders die after over 400 years of service. You can see where I'm going with this, right? And then for them, I know that they never knew about Mother Carmel's true intentions. Maybe not all of them, and if it was, then it was really sectioned off so it would destroy her image. So she also caused the death of Mother Carmel as well. So that's important figures in their home. There's no way that the Giants would have really sided with her. So I can guess that Loki, who is the prince of the Giants, is pretty damn powerful. Because remember, he wanted to marry one of Big Mom's daughter, and the Giants agreed to it. So you know, we have Elbaf coming up. It's going to be pretty important, and I look forward to it. And then this also helps us to understand that there's no way that Big Mom is going to die right now, because you can't just introduce a new character that has some ties to her history. Like, she has to find out that she ate Mother Carmel. She has to find out. It's simple as that. She has to know. She can't die until she knows. And then we have another character in Strusen, who sounds a lot like Sparrow Sparrow, who was supposed to kill the Vinsmokes. If you recall, the head chef is called Strusel in the Big Mom Pirates. And another thing is the devil fruit of the Strusen that seems a lot like Sparrow Sparrow, the Cuckoo fruit. And we have some connections there, but after reading, I decided that Strusen is actually Strusel. You can see both of them as age, much like Big Mom. And when Big Mom is in her rage, it was Strusel, the head chef, that calls out to Big Mom and say, Linlin, get a hold of yourself. And I've never seen anyone address her by that name before. Even Katakuri himself has never done that. So, he has to have some connections with her to avoid death after that. And he doesn't say it like he was afraid or anything. It was just a casual thing like you say to your friend, bitch, snap out of it, and it's nothing. You won't get killed for it. You have a connection and they know what's up. And he's going to be a very important character, because straight away we can see that he was the one who, unlike the giant of Elbaf, decided that, if I left her here by herself, she would die. And he went in and he took care of her. He even said to her that Mother Carmel left for a bit and she'll be back. I don't think Big Mom is that dense to this day, but if she is, she's going to be some damn pirate king. He even said, what, let's talk about our dreams. And she was saying that her dreams, and there was a flashback of Mother Carmel here when she was saying that my dream is to create a peaceful world where there is no discrimination against anyone. And you have to remember that during her childhood, she had a lot of discrimination aimed against her, especially in the form where she was so big and no one seemed to really make two and two with that. And then when she went to Elbaf, it was the first time that she saw buildings and other furniture that made her sense seem like it had some, made her size seem like it had some logic in this world. And even the giants never liked her all that much. So, being a kid growing up, you rarely ever find a kid, if ever, that says at 5-year-old, I'm going to destroy this world. Well, now she was 6 because, she just had a birthday. And I think it's Strusen that really gets to her, because you can see as she continues to grow in power and she becomes more powerful and gets more islands under her, that she's saying that if you're peaceful, if you agree with me and give me sweets, then I'll form a contract with you of some sort, an agreement. And if not, then I'll kill you. So you see, she's using power to get what she wants. And boy, some damn power that was. Because you see, this is where Totland started. Sawyer got it last week, and because I never agreed that Mother Carmel got eaten so casually, like out of the blue, I never really mentioned it either, but this in the background was actually Totland. And this is where Totland came into being. And as well, we can see that from there she actually started her journey at age 6 into becoming a world-renowned pirate. She had a 50 million berry bounty, and she wasn't even 7 or 8. And it reminded me of Robin, because Robin was also caught in an unfortunate situation. She had rough beginnings as well. And the difference is that Big Mom was just damn powerful. But I'm not sure if becoming Pirate King, yes, Pirate King, that is no woman, is actually her goal. Because remember, she says that she wants people to be as big as her, so around a table, everyone can see eye to eye. And I guess that being Pirate King is just a bonus for all of this. And then, in the same panel where we see her 50 million bear bounty, just to the left of that, there's another wanted poster of her. And in this one, she seems a lot more aged than the first one. And it says 500 dot dot. So I'm thinking that her bounty had also grew in a matter of year or two, because she wasn't that much older. Before she was 10, I'm thinking that her bounty grew to 500 million. And this is what a Yonko is, because there are only so many characters that have a bounty over 500 million berries. Luffy and Law is dead flat at 500. And look at all the shit they've been through. Look at all that they've done. Above them we have Biscuit Crackers. We have Fit Tie Smoothie. We have the so-called right-hand man of the Beast Pirates. I don't believe it. I think that there's someone much stronger than Jack. But there's also Jack and there's Katakuri. So there's one, two, three, four different characters with bounties over 500 million. And we've met some damn demons to this point. So you know what? I'm going out on a limb here and saying that Big Mom, you deserve the title of Yonko. You're a hell of a woman. No doubt about it. Monstrous does not begin to describe her. We also can look at when they're about to fire the rocket launchers. This panel was something to behold because if you look closer at it, both parties are looking hopefully. First, look at our side. That's, you know, the alliance that wants to take down Big Mom. If you're one of those guys, you can see that they're hoping that it will work, and they just straight up. They never stall or anything. They just got straight to hit. They fired the rocket launchers and was hoping that it would do its business. They would hightail it out of there through the mirrors with Caesar, and that would be that. Shaking the world, Yonko taken down, world renowned and shit. No. Big Mom just swat that shit out of the air like it was a fly. Casual, like that. Out of the way, nothing. And you can see on Capone's face after that happened that it was like, oh shit, we fucked up. It was at that point that Capone knew he had fucked up. And before they even fired the rocket launchers, you can look at Katakuri and Smoothie's faces. They couldn't move. They couldn't move. They could only look and hope as well that Big Mom would defend herself. And then Caesar sees what happens, and to my surprise, he doesn't bail, and he hightails it in there. Move, I guess a Yonko is a Yonko after all, because remember, his life is also on the line whether they win or lose. So the scream is so deafening that it breaks the glass, and we should have seen this coming. It makes perfect sense. If someone can scream so powerful to stop someone at a billion berry from moving, then clearly it's going to be able to break glass, right? And shit did it break that glass. And you could see on Luffy, Chopper, Nami, everyone's face, they were like, oh shit, we're done. Oh shit, what are we going to do? They were like, you know what? We're in a zone with a fight we can't win. We're in a zone to a place we can't run to because they're up in the air. Remember, they're the one that set this shit up and it's working back on them now. I mean, kudos for getting this far so smoothly, pun intended, but nah. They have to have some sort of a plan. Brute strength is not going to get them out of this. And at this point, we have a really good thing that happened because straight away we can see that Capone defended them and he brought out this big father move, I think it's called, in German. It's actually a German name, Veta. And it's important to notice that inside Capone's body there might be mirrors, right? So what if they escape through the mirrors? They still have Brule. So what if they escape through the mirrors in Capone's body into the mirror world and out? Because we don't know how well Capone's devil fruit work. We don't know if it's a different dimension and if the mirror worlds there are connected to the mirror worlds in the other world. And if so, won't Capone die? Because it would most certainly be left there by himself, given that everyone would escape through him, but he can't escape through himself, can he? And then Big Mom's last words, mind you, were that I will never forgive the Straw Hats. I mean, they had shit up their ass from before, but this is a whole fresh pile of shit they had coming. Although, come to think of it, it's nothing new because she did plan to kill them, right? She was going to kill Sanji at the wedding and then go and kill Luffy and Nami that was captured. So it's nothing new really. I mean, this chapter was real brilliant. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because we got two really important characters. That giant from Elbaf, we have to see him again. We have to see him again because there's no way he's going to become an anonymous character that knows the secret to a Yonko and then nothing happens. Oda doesn't leave loose ends like that, my dear friends. So that giant is coming back. Strucel is Strucel. The Vin smokes. Oh yes, I almost forgot. They're in a zone where they're gonna get killed, apparently, because they have to fight to get out. They can't jump, they'll die. They have nowhere to run. And the enemy is really powerful. So the last chapter, no, 3 chapters ago, we saw when Sanji saved the Vin smokes that Nami handed a band of some sorts to Ichiji that had the number 1 printed on it. So I'm thinking that that was their raid suits. And according to them, they were saying that if they had their raid suits, then they wouldn't have been able to restrain them. That's the Big Mom Pirates wouldn't be able to restrain them, the Vinsmokes, like that and treat them so casually. And just you cried like a bitch. I'm sure he has some redemption coming. I mean, look at all the L Sanji's took, and he has a win coming as well. So my thought for next week is that there's going to be some planning, and there's going to be a war. We have the Big Mom army. We have our guests, but I don't think that all our guests would readily defend her, because we can see that some are friends of the Vinsmokes, and you don't want to really anger a Yonko by going directly against them, but sometimes not everyone follows that logic. And then over on the Vinsmoke side, I don't think that Oda showed us that clone army for anything at all. We know with all the Ichijes, Nijis, Yonjis, I never saw any Reijus, but if it was there, then maybe I should have paid more attention back then. I don't think we have all these armies to just have a cold war and be like, I'll kill you, you'll kill me, I'm just waiting for you to fire the first shot and nothing happens. I think there's going to be an all-out war. I think that Ichiji, Reiju, and probably Niji are as strong or stronger than Sanji. I think that they are going to have a war, and I think that there's going to be some redemption for some of these characters. Notably George, who cried so embarrassingly last week. No, the last few weeks. There's going to be a war. That's my take on things. That's my review of One Piece Chapter 868. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment if you have any thoughts, and subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching.